Hi, I'm Genevieve, and you're watching Tell Your Story. Santa took a trip all the way from the North Pole to sit down with us and answer questions submitted from kids in town.
Merry Christmas! Welcome to Santa's favorite cookie store. That would be Rudolph. I love all my reindeer, but Rudolph, he is my favorite. I love him. He's so funny. Don't worry, for that one night, Santa makes his own chimney, and I just appear right in your living room, and I put all kinds of beautiful gifts under your tree. I can't wait to come to your house. Oh, Anthony, I got a really big bellyache. Mrs. Claus, when I get home, my belly is so big from eating all those cookies. Mrs. Claus left me some big cookies one year, and she happened to be right there. And we sat down and had a glass of milk and cookies together, and we've been together ever since. Well, the first thing that Santa does is he has to clean up. And then I take a long nap. And then the elves and I and Mrs. Claus, we have to start building toys for next year. So we start right away. We never get any rest in the North Pole. It does make Santa very sad that people don't believe in me. But you know, Christmas is right here. It's right inside your heart. And if you have it, then you'll always have it. So keep on believing, because here I am. I'm right here. Well, I'm 500 years old, so you might have to wait another 500 years. But you know what? You can be a Santa Claus too. The only thing you have to do to be Santa Claus is be nice to other people. Santa Claus wants to make sure that everybody has a Merry Christmas. This year, make sure you give a special gift of love to every one of your family members. And Merry Christmas!
It's the season of giving, and a local parish is taking part in giving back to the community.
Today we're decorating the Advent tree. The things for people that don't have a lot of stuff.
It's an annual project, and we've done this, as far as I know, well over 20 years. So maybe it's even been longer than that. We find local charities that we can donate to, charities that have great need at this Christmas time, and there's really no shortage. There's such a great need. This Blue Angel charity stands for the Diane Devana Center. The Diane Devana Center was formed to help families in need, families who need counseling or services, and these families' children. My Brother's Keeper, they deliver donated furniture, clothing, and toys. They collect clothing, toys, and food. We have Father Bill's Place. Father Bill's Place provides emergency and permanent housing, and they help the homeless people to get skills so that they can get a job and get a place to work. Another agency right here in Quincy is Friends of Boston's Homeless. Another one is Interfaith Social Services. They donate in the community and they provide counseling and services for families in need. The Marge Crispin Centers helps the neighbors with support, and they provide adult daycare for seniors who have no place to go, who can't be left alone during the day.
They take an ornament or two off the tree, and whatever's on the back of it, they get for someone.
So on every single tag on the back is a gift idea, and our parishioners come up after every Mass from now until the end of Advent, and they take a tag or 2 or 3.
Boy age 8 is looking for a Lego building set or a science kit or a telescope or a board game. Gift card for CVS 15.
These tags are really very nice, and it gives opportunities for people of all different means to provide something nice for these children.
$10 gift certificate for a teenager. Girl age 13, radio or Target gift card. They take a few ornaments and they would read the back of it and they would get that, or at least one of them.
We will probably collect over 500 gifts over the next 3 weeks. And as they come in, we sort them all by agency, and we have volunteers right here in the church who will help bring them downstairs so we can organize them, and to help drive it and deliver it to these agencies. So it's a pretty big project, and we have a lot of volunteers who help us with this. So we're real happy and proud to do this to help our community. And it's just a wonderful tradition, and I hope we keep it up for many years to come.
The holidays can be hectic, so here are some tips from a professional organizer to help keep you on track.
The reason I started the business was I've always been interested in designing, interior design, decorating, and organizing has always been kind of an extension of that. I'd like to make spaces pretty, and cluttered spaces aren't really pretty. Once my kids came into the picture, that's when I really started loving to organize, because they brought a whole new set of challenges with that. All their toys, all their things. And I've just gotten really used to setting up solutions, setting up different routines for that, and I just really loved it. And I decided that I just wanted to try to start my own business. These you can get at Target. They're $1, sometimes less than $1. And you can organize the kids' crafts in these, by area, put all their Play-Doh in, all their crayons, all their markers. You can use these in the kitchen for things like cookie cutters, things you don't use a lot, that can be put inside a drawer, but they're not all over the place. They keep them contained. And then sometimes I just use them without the lid and, lined up in a linen closet. You can put medicine, kids' medicine, cough medicine, different labels for different things. And of course, you can use them for shoes. Any dressy shoes that you don't wear often, I can put on the top of a closet with these in them, but I use these all the time for everything. I took a class from another professional organizer that really helped me get started with the steps I needed to take. I made a website, and I joined NAPO, which is the National Association of Productivity and Organizing Professionals. And I go to their meetings and I take classes. So I'm learning all the time, and I've been working with clients for about 1.5 years now. Ziploc bags, most people have Ziploc bags they can use, and I like to use these in baskets where you're containing a lot of little things that don't get lost inside a bigger basket. If you're putting party supplies in a basket, you can put birthday candles in here and they won't get lost or jumbled around. If you have napkins in here and you want to put napkin rings, you can put these in here. Organizing is definitely an ongoing process. Routines have to be changed. When babies have big toys, that requires one solution for organizing. Then all the little things come in, and that requires another whole thing. And now I have 2 teenage girls, so we're out of the whole toy area, and now we're back into electronics and makeup, and everything has to have a place, a home, a system to put back. And it's always an ongoing process. But the thing is, once you declutter a space and organize it and set up a system for it the right way, it's so much easier to go back and tweak it, a month or 2 later or 6 months later. You can go back, take out what you don't need, easily see what's working, what's not. I mean, usually we have to do an initial big declutter, set up a system. Command hooks, I love. These little command hooks, if you're ever always looking for your keys, just put one of these by the door and always just put your key on it. I have 2 beside my door, and we just always hang our keys on it. I use these for my kids' necklaces, just lined up, organized, silver, gold, casual, dressy, whatever. It does take a lot of time to organize a whole room if you're going to try to attempt that, but you can easily organize a small space in 15 minutes. And if your goal is to organize your whole entire kitchen, then take 15 minutes a night and do one drawer or one space of a drawer. If you want to do your whole closet, then just focus on one area of clothing at a time. Like tonight I'm going to just do my workout clothes or my workout tops if you have so many of those, you know. Go through, decide what you don't want, decide where it's going to live, you know, organize that drawer. It's an investment of time initially, but if you set up the right systems for things, like if you have a huge pile of paper on your counters and you set up a system where you grab the mail, you throw away the junk mail, you put everything in its place, you're not going to have that pile anymore, and it's just definitely worth that investment of time. Just like folders with pockets are good. Like if you have a bunch of menus all over your kitchen, you can just, you know, put them in these folders. And then also if you're going through a lot of papers, you can label even temporarily what the papers, you know, bills to be paid, things that require action, stuff like that. So any kind of like folders with pockets are good. These are nice if you don't need a lid, and you can line these up in a closet too and just label them. Every space should have a designated purpose. If you're going to use a drawer in your kitchen, which is prime real estate, usually a drawer right on the top that your family is going to go to every day for different things. They know what's in there, you know, pens, pencils, tape. I have my sunglasses in there, like things that you can keep off the counter and put in your drawer. You're not going to be throwing random papers in, toys, you know, you shouldn't throw everything should have a designated space. That's postponed decisions, is putting stuff away in those spaces. Like you have to decide what that space is going to be and then neaten it up and make it pretty. The neater and prettier it is, the less likely you are to like junk it up with a bunch of clutter and throw stuff in. I like to buy drawer dividers. I always use drawer dividers in the kitchen, just so things aren't getting jumbled around. But you can use any old, these boxes are great, like from any old electronics that you get or any gifts that you get. You can put these right inside a drawer. You don't have to spend any money. Pens and pencils can go in there. You could put double-sided tape on the bottom so they don't slide around, or like a rubber liner in there. The whole point of getting organized is so that you can have the time to do what you like to do, and you don't have organizing hanging over your head. I get so frustrated when I see people take vacation days and weekends thinking they have to organize their whole basement. They have to organize this. It's always like a big project. It saves you so much time looking for things, you know. If you're always looking for your keys, if you're always looking for your glasses, you just have a designated spot, put it in there, and you know where it is at all times. You can have holidays at your house. You're not embarrassed when people show up unexpectedly. You can make healthy meals in your kitchen if it's nice and organized. If your closet is full of clothes that you love to wear and fit right now, then you can easily get dressed in the morning. Just easier to function.
Dee Lyon from Real Life Yoga takes you through poses to help you focus on the present.
Your mind has a tendency to move forward of the body, so you're always thinking about where you're going rather than where you are. But once you bring it to where you are, it's like amazing as far as what can open up. My name is Dee Lyon. I'm the owner of Real Life Yoga Studios in Quincy. I've been doing yoga for 20 years now. I've been serving students in practice of yoga to be healthier, be more flexible, to get in touch with their bodies and in tune with what's going on, and helping them to be mindful. Yoga can help you to create a daily practice that will help your everyday activities become more efficient and stronger. The reason why yoga is for everyone is because the aspect of yoga is the mindfulness and incorporates more or less the breathing techniques. You can take it at your own pace. And you can do yoga anywhere. You don't need any special equipment. And if you have something that you want to enhance for strength, for flexibility, for balance, anything at all that will make your everyday activities more efficient, yoga will help that. The link between yoga and the breath is that the breath is about being mindful. So of course everybody breathes. But the depth of the breath is restricted when you're stressed. And for the most part, When people are stressed, it's a very shallow breath from nose to chest. So the lower part of the lungs don't get the efficiency that they need. So yoga teaches you how to use your lungs to the fullest capacity and brings you into the mind, because the breath only knows the moment. Becoming into a mindful state is different for everyone. So there are different practices in mindfulness where you can focus just on the breath, or you can focus on one still point. So with the eyes open, you can maybe focus on a single pointed focus of a candle. With the eyes closed, you have a tendency to focus on the single pointed focus of behind the eyelids maybe. On the breath, you can notice how the breath is working into the depth of the belly, up into the lungs, and then again that will help your response be a little bit more calmer, so that you're not thinking about what's going on the outside, but you're thinking about what's going on the inside, and that's the most important thing. I would say just to begin, you know, and not to compare, you know, so just begin where you are and not worrying about where you want to be, you know, or how you should be. Because once you start to move and you can feel the poses themselves, you know, then you kind of figure it out for your own self of what particular aspect of yoga that you want to do. Okay, so we start with our palms up. And we take those nice deep breaths. Inhale from the lower belly up into your heart center. And on your exhale from the heart center, down into the lower belly, we relax. And just noticing here how the breath is taking you into a deeper sense of relaxation, of calmness, of mindfulness. For the breath only knows the moment. And breathing in through the nose, a nice ha breath out through the mouth, and notice how the shoulders relax, the arms relax. There are no strict rules in yoga, always taking care of your body. It's individualized, and it's for everybody. No matter what age or what fitness level, what challenges you have, yoga works for everyone. So again, we take that deep breath in and long exhale. And the reason why they call yoga practice is because we're still practicing on that mindfulness, on that nice stress release, working it through our everyday obligations. If you'd like, you can close your eyes and take a look inside. And then open the eyes, and we'll bring the palms to heart center, to Anjalina Mudra. The language of yoga is Sanskrit. As we take that deep breath, inhale, and nice Om out. And the sound of Om represents the sound of oneness, where there is no separation, that we are all one. And as we bring our palms down now, and let's take those shoulders, give them a nice roll up into the back. As we sit with a nice strong back, and we'll straighten out the legs. And then flexing out through the feet, pressing out through the mound of the feet to keep the feet in alignment with the hips. And then just gently take your hands here just beside you to straighten out the back nice and strong. As we again take that breath in, and that when you breathe in, we begin the pose, and then when you exhale, you end the pose. So taking it to maybe not so much the full expression of the stretch, but just enough so again you get in touch with the body. And then when you inhale again, you can begin the pose, and then when you exhale, you can fold forward again. So it's nice, slow, controlled movement. And then we'll just bring that back. Again, roll your shoulders up in towards the back. And relax. Taking it to a nice spinal twist, we'll bring the right foot in. And sitting up nice and tall, and you get that nice support through your arms and sitting into the sits bones. We'll come into a spinal twist here with the left hand around the right side. And again, we'll just go gentle today with the hand just behind you, maybe towards the midline of the body to get a little bit more of an extension. And then start to twist from the upper body, mid body, to the lower belly, and then take a gaze over your right shoulder. And just a reminder, if you are doing this today, just to do what you can. Don't do anything that's uncomfortable for you. As we come forward again, nice and slow and controlled, take the heel down, leg down, take it to the other side. Once again, take that knee in. Very good. And lifting up, and again, we'll just take the left side and into a nice spinal twist. So breath, then movement. And that what differentiates the yoga with the exercise is that, you know, we're really fully conscious at all times of what we're doing, each movement from the fingertips all the way down into the toes. And then again, we'll come center here. As we bring those legs forward once again, take a nice breath and long exhale.
BCAM's very own Jerry is back with Car Notes.
Hi, I'm Jerry Comic, and welcome to Car Notes, the holiday edition. And today we are talking fluids. Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to check the fluids in your car. So, the important fluids that we're going to check today: engine oil, antifreeze, your power steering fluid, your power brake fluid, your windshield wiper fluid. So we'll check all of those in just 1 minute. So the first thing we want to do is open the hood of your car. Now, the hood latch is usually under the driver's side dashboard. There's a little lever, you just pull on it, and your hood pops right up. After you unlock it from the inside, you want to open your hood from the outside. There's a small little lock here. You're going to release the lock, lift up your hood, bring up your kickstand, and now you can begin your work. So, the first fluid we're going to check today is your oil. There's a small little yellow tab right near your engine that says engine oil. And all you want to do is pull up on that tab just like this, and there are two little dots at the end of your dipstick. You just want to make sure that your oil is right up to the level where it's supposed to be. It'll let you know if you need to add oil or if your oil is good. And once your oil is good, you can put it right back in and you're all set. The next one to check is your power steering fluid. Once you find your power steering fluid reservoir, just come, take the top off. Should be pretty easy to take the top off. Look inside, just so you can get an idea of how much fluid is actually in there. On the side of your reservoir, you'll have a minimum line and a maximum line. You just want to make sure that you have fluid in between that line. Again, if you need to add fluid, you can. If you don't, that's fine. You're just basically checking it just to make sure you don't run out of fluid. After power steering, windshield wiper fluid. Now, I am sure everyone has added windshield wiper fluid. It's pretty easy, and it's really easy to find. You just pop the top off, you add windshield wiper fluid to it, close the top. Pretty easy. That's one of those things you should always carry with you. You never know when you're going to need extra windshield wiper fluid. So the next fluid we're going to check is power brakes, and that's right over here. And very similar to the power steering, you just want to come, you want to take the top off, and you just want to look inside and make sure that you have enough fluid in there. This also has a minimum and a maximum line. So if you need to add fluid, you can. But again, you're just checking just to make sure you have fluid in there. So that's it. Checking fluids is a total snap. So maybe Saturday morning, especially around the holidays when everyone's doing all of this holiday traveling, take 5 minutes, pop your hood, check your fluids, just so you're not the one broken down on the side of the road. So since the holidays are right around the corner, there are a few essential things that you should kind of always carry in your car, just in case of an emergency. First thing, extra windshield wiper fluid, just in case, especially when the snow's on the ground and the mud and the slush and all of that stuff. You always want to make sure you have extra just in case you need it. Some antifreeze, again, just in case you need it. You know, you never know if you're running low on antifreeze. If you check it every week like I do, you probably don't need to carry it, but if you don't check it very often, you may want to carry some just in case you overheat your car. Funnels. Funnels are very important. What you don't want to do is try and add fluid to your engine or good old windshield wiper fluid and end up spilling half of the bottle all over your engine. Get yourself a nice little cheap funnel, put it right in there, pour it in, nice, quick, very easy. Also, jumper cables. Always want to make sure you have a pair of jumper cables in your car. If you're at the mall, you're shopping, you accidentally left your interior lights on, you come back and your car is dead. What a bummer, man. But if you have a pair of jumper cables, someone can easily give you a jump. You'll be right on your way. Also, a blanket. I know, it's weird, but if you happen to be broken down somewhere and it's freezing, you may want to have a blanket in your car just to kind of cuddle up with and keep yourself nice and warm. And one more thing that you should have in your car, phone charger. Yeah, you don't seem to think about it a lot because you can kind of charge your phone almost everywhere, but I actually have a spare one inside my trunk just in case my main one inside my car actually breaks. If you're ever somewhere and you're broken down and your phone is dying and you need to charge your phone, at least you have a spare phone charger just in case. Oh, I just remembered a few other things you should carry in your car. Snow brush and scraper. How did I forget these? It is the winter time and we are in New England. You're definitely going to need a scraper and definitely a snow brush. So that's about it. Yeah, I know, these kind of tips were kind of a lot, but again, they're pretty easy to do. Anyone can pop the hood, check the fluids. The emergency essential kit, you don't have to carry it around. I just tend to carry it around just to make sure I have these things available to me. And also, if you have any questions about your car, tire pressure, checking fluids, or anything like that, always check your owner's manual. I know, it's been sitting in your glove box all this time, you never opened it up. Take 5 minutes or so, crack open your owner's manual, take a look at some of these things so you can get even more familiar with your car. So, happy holidays, that's it, and just a nice little tip to keep you safe while you're driving. Take care.
If you have a story to tell, contact BCAM TV and you could be featured on the next episode. Until then, I'm Genevieve and this is Tell Your Story.